Good Wednesday morning, everyone. I'm meteorologist Jason Stiff with your Wednesday morning weather update. And it's going to be a warm and windy Wednesday for everyone, especially considering it's still the first week of May. Look at some of the overnight wind gusts that we had around the south coast and the higher elevations of Santa Barbara County. Many areas between 40 and 65 miles an hour, topped with the Montecito Hills at 63 miles an hour. A very windy overnight for us, and it didn't cool down, so we have a boost to those temperatures, and it's only going to get hotter later on today. Now, since last week, the jet stream has been right over California. So it was windy last week. It was windy over the weekend, windy during the early part of this week, and we have another day of that wind. However, if you don't like that wind, and a lot of people don't, we're going to have less wind as we move into Thursday. It's going to be replaced, though, by more sunshine and even hotter temperatures for most locations. Thankfully, if you don't like the heat, that too will get replaced as we move into Friday. Most of that hot air is actually going to get pushed further to the north. We're sure going to be way above average on Friday, but considering how hot it's going to be tomorrow, it's going to feel like welcome relief. And we have more relief going forward as we move into this weekend and early next week. So lots of areas of wind between 25 and 40 miles an hour this afternoon through this evening. It's going to start with the Central Coast. It's going to spread all the way toward Ventura County and the Highlands. Also, high wind warning continues for the mountains of Santa Barbara County and the South Coast until 9 o'clock this morning. Wind advisory also until 9 o'clock for the mountains of Ventura County with some wind gusts between 40 and 60 miles an hour. Then after that, we have a heat advisory. It starts at 10 o'clock this morning, lasts until Thursday night at 9. A lot of temperatures in the 80s and 90s. Some localized triple digits cannot be ruled out, which is hot for any time of year, but especially the first week of May. No rain clouds in our forecast. We'll have a mostly sunny sky today. We'll have a lot of sunshine tomorrow, but if you don't like that heat, we have that change coming. We'll have low clouds and fog starting to push closer to the coast Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon, and that's going to usher in much cooler weather as we move into this upcoming Mother's Day weekend. Much more comfortable with some morning clouds and afternoon sunshine. But today, not a lot of morning clouds for us, just a lot of afternoon heat. Daytime highs in the lower 90s for our interior valleys, mainly mid to upper 80s for the 5 cities and San Luis Obispo. Warm for any time of year, but especially early May. For Santa Barbara County, also way above average. Lots of windy weather this morning, this afternoon, and this evening. Highs 80s and lower to mid 90s, getting closer to the mid 90s around Solvang as well as Buellton. Speaking of which, lots of windy and hotter weather for the south coast. That downsloping flow giving us temperatures in the 80s and 90s today, way above average by almost 20 degrees. But it will be cooler tomorrow for the south coast with weaker wind. For Ventura County, also way above average. 80s with some 90s possible, especially in our interior valleys. It'll still be sunnier and hotter tomorrow before we cool down this upcoming Mother's Day weekend. Let's look at your weather on this Wednesday morning. Keep it here on KUIT.com for further updates. Be sure to catch my next weathercast later this morning on KUIT News Channel 3 at 11 a.m.